James T. Pursell. A 1952 graduate of Auburn University with a degree in business administration, Pursell left Auburn to enlist in the military. After completing his service in the Air Force, he returned to his hometown, Sylacauga, Alabama, and went to work with his father-in-law at a small fertilizer company. That company would be a tremendously successful family business for over half a century.
Well, he's started out with the fertilizer business right around when I was born. So he's been in Sylacauga. He was in the Air Force for a few years with my mom, and then they had my brother and then had me, came back, and he started working with the family company. And he just helped build that company for, the next 50 years. And all of the kids have worked with him.
Dad, successfully took a very small agricultural business in Sylacauga, Alabama, is a young man out of Auburn in the mid-50s, and grew it to one of the largest, within our industry, and just, during his tenure. And, besides, growing the business, he became such a recognized person within our industries.
With success in the small business world, Pursell knew it was time to expand. What was Parker Fertilizers became known as Pursell Technologies Incorporated. Under Pursell's leadership, the company became one of the largest manufacturers of control-release fertilizers. He even invented something called Polyon, which allowed even feeding regardless of temperature. Those close to him know that it's who he is that led to his success.
So he's really a nice guy. He's very down to earth, very personable, and you'll like him immediately.
His word is his word. I mean, it's always been a yes is a yes, no is no. He is a godly man. He doesn't want to be a hypocrite in any way. I mean, of course, we all make our mistakes and everything, and he would, I'm sure, say that he does, but he's just a man of his word, and I would believe anything that he would say.
I tell you, when you think about Mr. Jimmy Pursell, you think of somebody with the servant's heart. He's always in every area, his time, his talents, his gifts, and his service. He's always trying to help others. He has given of his time here in Auburn to come and speak to some local businessmen about how to run a business on biblical principles like he's done.
With success in business, Pursell wanted to give back to Auburn University. In order to teach students about the ethics he lives by, he established the Pursell Eminent Scholar of Business Ethics Chair in 1998.
He's part of a program that I'm responsible for, which is a Distinguished Fellow program, where we bring in individuals from all over the world who have distinguished themselves. And so he has been instrumental in making that program flourish the way it has, and I look to him constantly for advice, for guidance, and so forth.
James Pursell also chaired the State Ethics Commission, serving for 6 years. Because of his numerous successes, he's received many honors from the groups he influences, including the Auburn University Outstanding School of Business Alumnus Award and the Southern Nurserymen's Association's highest award for work in the horticultural field, the Slater White Award. One of the biggest factors in his success has been his ability to relate to people.
Dad definitely is a natural salesman. He is kind of always selling. I think anytime you meet him, he's always selling something, and even if it's just goodwill. And that's why I think he's good for Auburn. He's always selling goodwill for Auburn. Dad's style is to build trust and relationships with people, and then turn that into some kind of a good business opportunity that's a win-win for whoever the other partner is on that. So.
With all the success that James Pursell has seen in the business world, it's his personality that leaves the most memorable mark on those he encounters.
My life has been enriched as a result of working with him as well as just knowing him personally. I think he's one of the finest men, finest people that I've ever known. He's been very generous in providing support.
He's probably one of the, I've had the privilege of knowing a lot of people in my career and meeting people all over the world. And he's probably one of the finest people I've ever known or will ever know. He's has incredible integrity, and he's kind, he's personable.
James Pursell has given both time and money to Auburn as a way to show appreciation for what his university has done for him. He's also a big fan of the Tigers athletic teams, and he supported both academics and athletics.
Also, Mr. Pursell and his family have contributed to our Auburn Legends campaign in athletics, and you know, we couldn't get done the things that we do without people like Mr. Jimmy Pursell, and what he's done with the Pursell Champs Life Skill Program will impact student athletes in our community for years and years to come.
We were all brought up as big Auburn folks and went to ball games. Just, you know, when I was a very, very early child, I can remember the 2.5-hour trek to Auburn from Sylacauga, when now it's about an hour thanks to the 4-lane. But Dad's always been a huge Auburn supporter.
I mean, he has such a heart, I know, for the School of Business, and especially in the area of ethics. And he served on the state ethics board for several years in Montgomery, and he saw a lot of things. And you know, he really is such a man of honesty and character, and you know, I guess I could say he expects a lot out of people, and so he's been involved, I know, with the School of Business, with Achilles, Armenakis, and with that department, and just wanting to develop that.
He has provided so much support to certainly the business school, but to other parts of the university, athletics and agriculture and so forth. So his legacy is really generosity.
You know, to be recognized by your alma mater with the lifetime of achievement, you know, it's certainly not anything. He's not looking for man's praise, but it is certainly something that he should be proud of, and probably deep down in his heart, his family's going to be more proud of it than he is, because to him, it's just the way he goes about his life every day is a lifetime of achievement.